Welcome back as always, guys. So I had all intents and purposes of having you guys a good video on the boots that I previously mentioned to you that I was trying out, these Altama PRO-X Jungle boots. Went out, got some good time in with them, got a good bit of time walking through the woods with ruck on, so some weight on them, rough terrain, etc., etc. And was going to get y'all some good video, was going to actually do some video of some water testing with them, because the three big things we want to know is comfort, the airflow, and the, what's the right way to say it, the water drainage, how well it gets water out once it gets in, right? So I got the first two done, but about the time I was going to start doing the video on that and then get the video of showing you guys what they do in the water as far as drainage, it started storming really bad, and unfortunately my camera is not waterproof, so I couldn't keep it out in it. So we're going to have a two-part update. This is the first part of that update. So wearing the boots, really hot weather. It was probably mid-90s, humidity level through the roof, like you were in a sauna. So the heat was there. Had weight on with my ruck and some gear. Was walking through rough terrain, soft sand, woods, that sort of thing. So it wasn't just down a nice paved, sidewalk. And so far, for what I've been doing, and I've worn them some other times too, just around the house and out in the yard and doing things like that. But that was the first longer time under them with weight on and all that. They are very comfortable, very comfortable. I had zero foot fatigue at all, no pain, no hot spots, no rubbing, no nothing. The toe box on them being fairly wide through here gave plenty of room for the foot to swell up, under the heat and pressure. No issues there at all. Didn't feel anything cramped. Nice. There was enough movement that you weren't cramped, but not so much movement that you were starting to get blisters and stuff, if that makes sense. Airflow was great. I really think having the additional vent on the outside of the boot instead of just on the arch area makes a lot of difference. It lets that cross ventilation, as well as you're moving hot air out both sides instead of just that one side, right? That proved really good. I wore, like I usually do, a good pair of heavy wool socks, and my feet never felt hot. And when I took them off to check, as much as the rest of my body was soaking wet with sweat, my feet were actually really dry. No issues with moisture buildup in that regards at all. The sole on it did just what these soles do. They shed the mud and the muck and the clay and all that perfectly. I had no issues with it building up and clogging up the tread and making them slick, which is one of the reasons I wanted these, because the terrain where I'm at, that's an issue with boot treads getting clogged up and then not cleaning out, and the next thing you know, you got a pair of ice skates on your feet. So all of that, absolutely perfect. They are really comfortable. They are really lightweight. I am thoroughly pleased with this point on them. So the only thing left to do is I got to find a day where I can get back out, and I got a couple cool things in mind so we can try out how it manages water, because that's one of the key reasons I want these, is to get water out, because in my area it's gonna get in your boots. There's just no avoiding it. So that'll be the next thing to test. I just got to find a day when I can do it. I've got the places to do it. Everything's there and in prime condition. I just got to be able to do it when I'm not in the middle of a thunderstorm and lightning's trying to tag every pine tree around me and rain's pouring down and potentially killing my camera. So, part 1 update on the Altama PRO-X. Where did I get Pro-G from? Good Lord, I need more coffee. PRO-X Jungle boots. I'm loving them. Absolutely loving them. One other thing, I forgot to mention this. So, because somebody had asked me about this, I typically wear, like woodland camo, that sort of thing, or browns and greens, or pants and shirts, earth tones. Why tan boots? Well, because these are going to get dirty, and I want them to get dirty and stained, because when they get dirty and stained, they take on the natural colors from the environment that I'm using them in, and they kind of self-camo. Same reason we get our clothes dirty sometimes, to self-camo, reason you paint things up, etc., etc. So, if you're in the woods, don't be afraid to get tan boots, guys. If you actually use them, they won't be tan for long. That I can promise you. I'll get the water testing done as soon as I can. But again, man, I'm loving having lightweight boots on my feet again. Some of my other ones that I've owned that have been hot weather boots have got a lot of thick material up the sides and everywhere else, and it just adds weight, and I had forgotten just how much extra heat that trap. Again, these on the sides are just a single layer of Cordura. There's no extra membranes, there's no extra layers, there's no extra padding, there's nothing. It's just Cordura, which is a beautiful thing. That's what I want. Nice, lightweight, simple, trapping no more heat than we got to. I'm a fan so far. We'll see how they do in the water. We'll get that to you in part 2 just as soon as I can. A lot going on. A lot of other videos I owe y'all, but we'll get to those as we can. So for now, tentatively, PRO-X are getting good marks in my book. So I will follow up again as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Stay safe. We'll see you in another one.